Hi, friends. Okay. Oh, it's so nice to be back on camera. It's been a minute. Oh, my goodness. Hello. It's the fall, of course. I'm freezing cold, that's why I have my hat on. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Oh, my name's Misty, and I wanted to do an update on this channel and all the things that have been happening in the background since I last did a video, which I think was like a couple of years ago. Okay, so I guess the important parts for the purposes of this discussion is where have I been? Okay, so in the end of 2022, I was having, and I think I even have a video about this. I think it was one of the last videos I did. I was having a real existential crisis. Some might even say an ego death, actually, around my career. I really did. And I don't know if if you have, by the way, please comment below and let me know. Has anyone been through an ego death? Okay. I was looking this up online because I was like, what is happening to me? Nothing means anything anymore. Like around my work, nothing felt important. Nothing felt exciting. Nothing felt, I was having, actually I was working with clients that were having powerful experiences, but the experience I was having was less and less attached to it. And when I say attached, I don't mean like overly fixated on it. I just literally didn't care. I mean, I cared. I really cared about the helping people and in their businesses and things like that. But the things that felt exciting for me didn't have any meaning anymore. The work I was doing, essentially, yes, I was being of service in the moment, but it didn't feel fulfilling. It didn't feel anything, actually. And the thought of being a coach in the moment at this particular time was also, I'm not sure if it was doing the business coaching part that I was just over with, but even coaching itself, I was like, the thing that excited me about it in the very beginning, that I was like, I meant to do this, that feeling went away. It didn't go away for any reason. That was the most confusing part. It didn't go away for any reason. It wasn't like, oh, this happened with a client, or, oh, this happened in my business. I mean, there were some frustrating things happening in my business because I was just getting to the place where it was starting to grow and me needing more people and that, like hiring the right people. And that always was a frustrating thing. But there was no real upsetting situation that made me unattached from it. It just started at the end of 2021, like around October-ish, maybe even a little bit earlier, if I'm honest. I sort of was trying to push it aside, like, what? Obviously, that's what? But eventually, it just didn't have any meaning anymore. It didn't feel purposeful. It didn't feel bad. It just didn't have any meaning. It was the weirdest thing. And I could easily put it down. I just let my clients roll out and I stopped re-upping, like putting in new things and marketing and all this stuff. At the same time, I had been going to a master's program. I was in college basically since 2018, taking like one class a quarter. So I was like on the very slow road for a master's in mental health counseling. And so for the last 2 years, I was finishing up that program because the coaching stuff didn't feel as meaningful anymore. And it didn't feel like fulfilling. It didn't not feel fulfilling. It just, I don't know how to describe it. If anyone has gone through this situation, please comment below, because it was actually so scary for me because I didn't have any sense of something else behind it. Like, yeah, okay, fine. If coaching isn't the thing, that's fine. It's not like a career is meant to be a career forever necessarily. I don't believe that necessarily. So it felt so scary because nothing else felt important either. I was like, I don't care about, I mean, we have to make money, but like, I didn't care about anything. I mean, I cared about my relationships and people like that in my career wise. I just didn't care. The care went away. And I still don't really understand. I mean, I think that, like I said, I did research, and the closest thing I can think of that I found is that it was an ego death, specifically around my career. And ego deaths can happen. I will say it has happened in other areas of my life too. And when I did this research, because I didn't know what this was, I guess it's a big thing when people are into psychedelics, which isn't really my thing. I've been curious about trying plant medicine at some point in my life, but it's not like some people are just really into psychedelics, and I geek that for them. Go for it. Do your thing. But ego death seems to be something that people seek out in this world. And when I found that out, I was like, why would anyone intentionally put themselves through that situation? Like, why would someone seek that out? It was painful. I had a career for 10 years as a business coach that felt so meaningful. It felt so meaningful. It actually still is upsetting for me that this happened. I'm having a little bit of emotion right now. It was very difficult because all of a sudden, the thing that was so important for me just was different. And it was also very, very scary because I had no idea what to do next. And nothing seemed appealing. I tried a bunch of things during this time. My sister has a farm. I went and worked over there. But in the whole time, the entire time, I've been in school. And so I figured I might as well lean in and finish it, even if I have no idea if I'm going to be a therapist or not. I didn't go into a master's program specifically to be a therapist. It is a mental health counseling degree, but that wasn't why I went. I actually went with the intention of continuing to be a coach. But I just wanted more education. Coaching, I went to a 2-year coaching program in Australia. It was remote. I didn't have to go to be in Australia. It would be amazing if I did, but that wasn't the experience. It was all remote, but it was a 2-year program, and I learned so much. But in terms of mental health, from this program, I learned so much, and it was very valuable. Now, while I was learning all this, I was still coaching for a while, since like 2017 to 2021, I was still coaching and I was in school. So I was like running a full-time business and also going to school. And I did it for the education. Again, coaching only gives you so much. And that it's meant to, because that's its job. It's not meant to be therapy, even though I will tell you there is a lot of overlap. So why I'm here now. I have since finished school, and I'm now actually a licensed therapist in Oregon and Washington. I live right on the border of Oregon, and so the practice that I work for has offices in both states, so I just got double licensed. So that's actually what I'm doing now. I started doing it because I had to have an internship for school, and I ended up loving it so much that I actually still work at the same place, which is wonderful because I love it. So what I wanted to do was to come on here and use this platform as a place to talk about mental health. And I'm going to do that in a variety of ways. I'm not sure all of the ways yet. I have some really interesting ways because I don't want to just do videos about me being both sides of the relationship, or, I love those mental health videos, by the way. I follow several people who do that. But I sort of want to be talking about it from a spiritual angle. So I guess we'll be doing that here. Also, I'm now living out in the country on a couple of acres with my husband. That's also fairly new. We've only been married for 2 years, I think. Yeah, 2 years. It'll be 2 years in May. No, 2 years in July. I know when I got married. I know. We've been together for 7 years, so we just got married a couple years ago. So, you know, lots has changed since the last time I did a video. So yeah, I wanted to come on and do an update. I also wanted to get some feedback. If you under this have anything you want to hear about, talk about. I think I'm going to keep it this kind of in the vein of, you know, somewhere around, you know, your creative abilities, manifestation, mental health, living a life of creation instead of reaction. These are all things that are very interesting for me to be talking about, and things that are interesting for me in my own life. Also, I'm on a big path of spiritual awakening. Not that I'm special in any way around this. There are many, many people in this same way. But for me, it's very exciting. And I think I follow a lot of people who share their spiritual journey. And I think it's very important to be doing right now. I think that's a really important kind of work that I can do on this planet at this time to be supportive. So we're going to be talking about all of those things. Yeah, I think so. But very specifically, if anyone has gone through an ego death or something like that, where you're like, oh my God, all of a sudden, the things that meant something to me, they've lost their, like, I don't know if anyone's ever felt the feeling of like being passionate about something, like you can't wait to go do it. Like that feeling in your heart and in your gut that's like, yes, I cannot wait. That entire sensation left my body for 2 years. It's just now starting to come back. And I have lived my life by that feeling, rightly or wrongly. And that was probably part of what that lesson was for me in this. That was also very difficult, is like how to not live your life just based on that passionate feeling. And I don't mean sexually, I mean about anything you're doing, career, the hobby you geek out about, your best friend in the whole world, whatever it is. Okay. That feeling of like feeling on purpose and joy and excitement and a little bit nervous all at the same time. I have lived a lot of my life in that feeling, and it went away. Has anyone had anything like that happen? I really am so curious. Okay, so that's it for this video. I just wanted to come on and share kind of what I've been up to and how I'm going to be shifting this channel a little bit. We've been mostly business focused here, and I'm kind of over it. I want to be talking about other things. So I'd love for you to stay with. If that's not your vibe, I totally get it too. I want what you want. So I'm just honored you've been around this channel for as long as you have, for whatever reason you have. Now we're going to take it to a whole nother place. So thank you so much for being with me here. Thank you for being a part of my community, in probably many cases, actually one of my friends. So I send so much love to you, and I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.